UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Nascimento. Here's my experience.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
To start this off, I'll give the card a solid 8.5. I feel like that St. Louis crowd was absolutely insane. I loved it. I feel like the pop for Joaquin Buckley was absolutely massive. I think it's more than Pantoja when they had UFC 301 in Brazil, which is really saying something. But let's go ahead and get into some of these thoughts. The first fight of the night I want to talk about is Trey Waters versus Billy Golf, which so happened to be the actual fight of the night. First round was absolutely insane. You had everything you wanted. You had brawling, you had grappling, you had rock'em sock'em robots. How this fight went the whole 15, I have no idea. After that first round, I thought for sure this fight was not going to go the distance. Trey Waters did get away with a knee on the ground, but it is what it is. Billy Golf is a tough man, and they both got a fan out of me in this fight. Can't wait to see what both of them do after this. Should be very, very fun and interesting to see how that career goes. The next fight I want to talk about in this card is Esteban Rivix versus Terrence T-Rex McKinney. Terrence T-Rex McKinney probably has one of the most roller coaster career paths in the UFC that I've seen right now. He either gets an amazing finish or he gets finished in brutal and amazing ways. I don't think that fight, I know that fight didn't make it a minute. I want to say it was under 30 seconds. That head kick sat him down. It's shades of what Kevin Lee did to Gregor Gillespie. I mean, I expected a whole lot more from T-Rex, but then again, whenever somebody just finds the button, they find the button. There's not much anybody can do about it. What's next for Rivix? I have no idea, but he's exciting. Just like the Bonfim knockout, I'm gonna be looking out for him in his next fight. Hopefully he gets somebody good. Hopefully it's a good scrap. What do you guys think about this? What do you think McKinney's gonna do after this? I seen somebody say, do you think the UFC cuts him? No. I don't think they cut him. He's too exciting. He's too fun. Yes, he gets knocked out a lot, but he knocks people out a lot too. So it's kind of a wash, but the UFC loves exciting fighters. They're not going to let that go. After that, we had the prelim headliner. We had Chase Hooper versus Boris Goff. Chase Hooper with hands is a very, very deadly man. Chase Hooper dropped him in the first round. He completely dominated whenever he landed that left hand and sat him down. I mean, Chase Hooper looked fantastic in this fight. Do you guys think he's ready for a top 15 opponent? I do. I mean, he's been in the UFC for a while. We've seen him grow up. I think it's time for him to start making his run right now. And I feel like it's going to be a very, very fun one to watch. What do you guys think about this? Let me know. Kicking off the main card, we have Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Robelis de Spain. Acosta did what everybody should do forward versus Robelis de Spain. Took him down, held him down, tried to avoid the stand-up as much as possible. And he was able to get a decision win. Not the most fun fight of the night. Kind of the reason I rated it 8.5. This fight just, it looked like it took the energy out of the St. Louis crowd. Good thing it was the first fight of the main card because the fights after this brought the energy right back up. But he got the job done. I never complain about fighters getting the win. It was kind of boring, but you get paid to win, so it is what it is. Robelis de Spain, hell of a stand-up fighter, hell of a taekwondo artist. It's MMA. It's MMA. I didn't know your wrestling was that bad. I wouldn't have picked you. Jesus. I don't think Waldo Cortez is an elite wrestler like that. You feel me? But it is what it is. Hopefully Robelis will get back in there and be impressive in his next fight. Hopefully it works on his takedown defense because, Jesus, that's what everybody's going to do now. So hopefully he knows that. And I feel like he'll be better from this experience. Following that fight, we had Sean Woodson versus Alex Caceres. Fun stand-up fight. I mean, they was just throwing. Sean Woodson with his patent, like, weird, funky movement that he had on the stand-up feet. I feel like Sean Woodson was landing the more powerful shots. 30-27 is actually insane. I don't know how you give all 3 rounds to Sean Woodson, but it is what it is. I had him winning the fight 2-1, but 3-0 is crazy. Yeah, it wasn't too impressive, but it's a win nonetheless. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? He did call out Bryce Mitchell, I believe, and I feel like that's a fun one. I feel like that's a real fun fight. What do you guys think about that one? Let me know. We had the upset of the night. We had Diego Ferreira versus Mateusz Rebecki. Mateusz Rebecki looked fantastic in the first round. Too bad there's 3 more rounds to go. I mean, Ferreira just weathered the storm. He weathered the storm, and he looked like he's getting better and better and better as the fight went. And that is horrible for a fighter with a bad gas tank. I mean, he took some big shots in the first round. I'll say that. Outside of that, Ferreira was cruising, piecing him up, taking him apart. I mean, it looked like Rebecca. I mean, you seen the thumbnail, you seen his face. It was bad. It was real bad. This is one of the rare times where I feel like corners should have tried to save their fighter and threw in the towel. It was bad. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's horrible, man. Yeah, shout out to Diego. He got another 50K. I know he was behind on his payments at the gym. He's 39. I don't know if that's another run in him, if he got that left, but he did stop a hype train. So, the sky's the limit. What do you guys think about this? Let me know. One of the fights that I said I guarantee will not go the distance did not happen, and that was the Wilder, Cortes, and Robles de Spain fight. This fight did. This fight, I said you can bookmark it, not going the distance, and I was right in under 30 seconds. We had Carlos Ulberg versus Alonzo Menifield. Alonzo Menifield game plan was to rush Carlos Ulberg, who has an amazing check hook. Why? Pat Barry, why did you let him go out there and do that? That's on coaching and probably a little bit on Alonzo. Did you think you was going to catch him? Yeah, you hit him a couple times, but it didn't put him out, and you see what he did when he hit you. I don't see that game plan working out very good 10 out of 10 times. Carlos Ulberg looked fantastic for what we've seen. I mean, power translates. You clearly seen that. Woke Alonzo Menifield up. Yeah, Carlos Ulberg is now going to be in the top 15. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? I feel like it's going to be somebody in the top 15. I feel like it's going to be a very, very prominent spot on the card. I don't know. I feel like there's some really, really good fights. Really, really fun fights. Let me know who y'all want to see him fight next. I feel like him versus a Nikita Krylov or a Johnny Walker will be very, very fun. But what do you guys think? Following that fight, we had the co-main event of the night. We had Hakeem Buckley versus Rozaboyev. I mean, fun fight, very fun fight. How that fight didn't get stopped, I actually have no idea. Hakeem Buckley was pretty much beating on him for a while. I think it was the second or third round, and Keith could have stopped the fight anytime he wanted to, but he let him go to decision. It is what it is. It was a very, very dominant decision. Why he called out Conor out of everybody, I have no idea, but he did go back into the post-fight press conference and called out Gilbert Burns. I feel like that's a more manageable fight for him to actually get, so I'm glad he did that. He looked good. He looked good. Like I said, he could have stopped the fight multiple times. I mean, Rozaboyev, he looked like he didn't have much for Buckley, which kind of surprised me. I thought the power was going to be a little more of a problem, but it is what it is. He did drop down a weight class. It might have drained him a little bit. I don't know. I can't wait to see both of these fighters again. Do you guys want to see him fight next? Like I said, I want to see him fight Gilbert. I feel like that would be a very, very fun fight. Rozaboyev, go back to 185, 170. It looked like it drains you a little too much. In the main event of the night, Derek Lewis versus Nascimento. He confused me at first. I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 rounds, he kept trying to wrestle it with him and clinch up with him. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, stop doing that. You're not a wrestler. Relax. But like always, that power from Derek Lewis, it doesn't matter when it happens. As long as he can touch your chin, it is very, very explosive, and it can knock the lights out of anybody, daze anybody, and it showed right there in the 3rd round whenever you hit him. I seen him do the chicken legs. I said, oh yeah, this fight's over. This fight's over. Then I feel like the post-fight from Derek Lewis was even better than the fight. I mean, the cup throwing, the mooning, it is what it is. He says he's going into his prime. I don't know if that's true, but if he can make another run, I will be here for it. I'll be very, very excited to watch it. Who do you guys want to see Derek Lewis fight next? I don't know, but I will be tuned in, whoever it is. Overall, very, very, very fun nights of fights. I can't wait to see next week's card. It is Edson Barbosa versus Lerone Murphy, the headliner. Maybe do a prediction on it. I don't know yet. But yeah, fun fight, fun night. Like always, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be good people. Peace.